Revenge is one of the most seductive illusions the human mind can create. It whispers in your ear, they hurt you, now make them pay. It fuels a fire that burns hot, pushing you toward retaliation, toward proving a point, toward making sure they feel the same pain they inflicted on you. And for a moment, it feels powerful. It feels like justice. It feels like you're taking back control. But here's what most people don't realize. Revenge doesn't give you control. It does the opposite. It keeps you shackled to the very thing you claim to want to escape. It keeps you mentally, emotionally, and even physically locked in a battle that only drains you. Think about it. When you're focused on getting back at someone, where is your energy? Where is your attention? It's on them, not on your dreams, not on your future, not on your growth. You're feeding them your energy every single day, letting them dictate your mood, your thoughts, and your actions. And the worst part, they don't even have to do anything. They already won. Revenge is a trap because it tricks you into thinking you're in control when in reality, you're being controlled. You think you're making a move, but you're just reacting. You think you're showing strength, but you're actually revealing how much power they still have over you. Every moment you spend plotting, every second you waste thinking about how to make them regret what they did is a moment you could have spent building a life so incredible that they become irrelevant. Because that's what true power is. True power is freedom. It's breaking the cycle. It's refusing to let pain turn you into someone you're not. It's looking at the situation, feeling the fire inside you, and deciding, I won't let this define me. That's not weakness. That's not letting them win. That's the strongest move you can possibly make. Growth is the only escape from the chains of revenge. When you shift your energy away from resentment and toward personal mastery, everything changes. Instead of focusing on proving something to them, you start proving something to yourself. Instead of wasting time trying to pull them down, you invest time in elevating yourself. You become so focused on your own progress, your own healing, your own evolution, that eventually you wake up one day and realize you don't even think about them anymore. And that's the real win, isn't it? Not that they suffer, not that they regret what they did, but that they no longer have a hold on you. That they become just another lesson in your story, a footnote in a much bigger book. You don't need to get even, you need to get ahead. You don't need to destroy them, you need to build yourself. The people who hurt you, betrayed you, doubted you, none of them deserve the power to keep you stuck. The best revenge isn't revenge at all. It's rising so far above the situation that it no longer affects you. It's using the pain as fuel, but not to fight them, to build something greater for yourself. That's what they don't expect. That's what they can't touch. That's what they'll never be able to take away from you. Your life, your emotions, your results. Everything is dictated by one simple truth. What you focus on expands. If you focus on pain, you feel more pain. If you focus on resentment, it consumes you. If you focus on revenge, your mind gets trapped in a never-ending loop of anger, frustration, and wasted energy. Now think about that for a second. How many hours, days, maybe even years have people spent obsessing over the wrongs done to them, replaying conversations in their heads, imagining different outcomes, fantasizing about the perfect comeback, the perfect moment to prove a point? That's not power. That's self-destruction. When someone betrays you, disrespects you, or tries to tear you down, your mind wants to go into battle mode. It wants to replay the event, dissect every detail, and figure out how to come out on top. It feels productive. It feels like you're in control. But in reality, all you're doing is pouring gasoline onto a fire that will never stop burning. Your focus is your fuel. Whatever you feed grows. Imagine you have two wolves inside you. One wolf is your pain, your resentment, your desire to get even. The other wolf is your potential, your growth, your ability to move forward. Which one survives? The one you feed the most. The problem is most people don't even realize they're feeding the wrong wolf. They don't realize how much energy they're giving to the very thing that's holding them back. They don't realize that every time they think about revenge, every time they dwell on what happened, they are strengthening their own suffering. You can't be obsessed with revenge and expect to grow. You can't stay angry and expect to heal. You can't focus on getting back at someone and expect to move forward. Those things don't coexist. One will always overpower the other. So the real question is, where do you want your energy to go? Do you want to waste it on someone who has already proven they don't deserve your time? Do you want to let them dictate how you feel every single day? Or do you want to redirect that energy into something that actually benefits you? This is where most people get it wrong. They think letting go means weakness. They think moving on means surrender. They don't realize that letting go isn't about them. It's about reclaiming your power. It's about taking all that energy that was wasted on bitterness and putting it into something meaningful. Because when you shift your focus, your entire life shifts with it. The moment you stop asking, how can I make them pay, and start asking, how can I make myself better? That's the moment everything changes. The people who truly succeed in life aren't the ones who get stuck in the past. They're the ones who use every setback as a stepping stone. They're the ones who take all that emotion, all that frustration, and pour it into their goals, their vision, their personal evolution. If you've ever met someone who's unstoppable, someone who radiates confidence, someone who seems untouchable, you'll notice one thing. They don't waste time on petty battles. They don't hold grudges. They don't chase revenge. They're too busy winning. Because they understand something most people don't. Energy is limited. You only have so much of it in a day, in a lifetime. And every ounce of energy spent on negativity is energy stolen from your success. What happens when you stop feeding resentment? What happens when you stop giving your energy to the past and start pouring it into your future? What happens when you decide that the best response isn't retaliation? Everything changes, everything shifts, everything accelerates in your favor. Indifference is the ultimate power move. It's the silent force that speaks louder than words, the unshakable foundation that turns you into someone no one can manipulate. When people hurt you, betray you, or try to bring you down, they expect a reaction. They expect anger. They expect you to fight back. They expect you to play their game. But what happens when you don't? What happens when you refuse to engage? What happens when you move forward as if they never mattered in the first place? That's when you become untouchable. Most people believe that power is about dominance, about proving a point, about making sure others know they messed with the wrong person. But real power is not needing to prove anything at all. Real power is knowing who you are, knowing what you bring to the table, and refusing to let anyone dictate how you feel or how you move. Think about the last time someone tried to get a reaction out of you. Maybe they insulted you, spread lies about you, or did something so unforgivable that you felt a fire ignite inside you. Your first instinct was probably to respond, to correct them, to make sure they knew you weren't someone to be messed with. But let me ask you, who truly had the power in that moment? Was it you or was it them? Because if they had the ability to shift your emotions, if they could make you act out of anger, if they could force you into their game, then they had control over you. And that's what they wanted all along. That's why they did it. That's why they provoked you. Because nothing feeds weak people more than knowing they got under your skin. Indifference is what starves them. When someone who expects a reaction gets nothing, it destroys them. It eats them alive. They start questioning themselves. They start wondering if they even mattered enough to you in the first place. They look for signs that you're bothered, that you're struggling, that you're secretly hurting, but they find nothing. And that's what truly breaks them. Indifference isn't passive. It's not about pretending you don't care while secretly obsessing over what happened. It's about genuinely moving on. It's about training yourself to not let external forces shake you. It's about developing the kind of internal strength that makes people realize they never had a grip on you in the first place. Weak people need validation, they need drama, they need emotional engagement to feel important. When you don't give them that, you strip them of their power. You force them to sit with their own insecurity, their own emptiness, their own irrelevance in your life. This is why indifference is the greatest revenge. Not because it's about playing mind games, but because it's about reclaiming your peace. It's about understanding that the best way to win is to make sure the battle never even starts. When you master indifference, you stop wasting energy on things that don't serve you. You stop getting distracted by petty conflicts. You stop feeling the need to defend yourself against people who were never worth your time. And in that moment, you rise above. The greatest form of revenge isn't anger, it's not retaliation, and it's certainly not wasting time plotting ways to make someone else feel what you felt. The greatest revenge is success so undeniable, so unstoppable, that the people who once doubted you, betrayed you, or tried to bring you down can do nothing but watch. Success is the one thing they never expect. They expect you to be consumed by bitterness. They expect you to stay stuck, to wallow in resentment, to let the pain hold you back. They expect you to waste your energy on them instead of on yourself. And when you don't, when you channel every ounce of that pain into something productive, into something that elevates your life, that's when you truly win. Think about the people who have hurt you, the ones who left scars, the ones who made you question yourself. If you're still carrying that pain, you have two choices. You can let it eat away at you, let it drain your energy, let it keep you locked in a cycle of anger and regret, or you can use it as fuel. You can take every ounce of frustration, every moment of disappointment, and turn it into the drive you need to build something extraordinary. Because here's the truth. Success isn't just about money, status, or recognition. Success is about evolution. It's about becoming someone so strong, so capable, so fulfilled that the things that once broke you no longer have any power. It's about stepping so fully into your purpose that the people from your past become irrelevant. The moment you shift your mindset from revenge to self-improvement, your entire trajectory changes. You stop asking, how can I make them suffer? And start asking, how can I make my life so incredible that they don't even matter? And that's when you become unstoppable. Think about every great success story. The people who rose from nothing, the ones who faced betrayal, failure, humiliation, and still found a way to win. Do you think they wasted time plotting revenge? Do you think they spent their nights obsessing over how to get back at those who wronged them? No. They focused on becoming so great that their past was nothing more than a stepping stone. And that's the secret, that's the move. You don't fight back with words, with petty games, with desperate attempts to prove yourself. You fight back by becoming the best version of yourself. You fight back by leveling up in ways they never saw coming. You fight back by making their absence, their betrayal, their doubts completely irrelevant. Because in the end, the people who tried to bring you down should have been your greatest motivation to rise. Not because you need to prove them wrong, but because they reminded you just how powerful you really are.